Hey guys, if you like the content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on with the bell. Thank you. What's up guys, Party Waffles here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a 3000 experience Frost and Unholy Death Knight, and today I'm going to bring you guys my updated 9.15 Frosty Cake Guide. This is going to be quick to the point, just anything that's updated from the last one, so we're going to get right into this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the spec that you guys are going to be playing, okay? I'm not going to explain every single talent because it's pointless since there's one spec that you're going to be playing. So I'm just going to explain the spec to you and I'm going to show you the talents. So it's going to look like this, okay? Intellectual Assault on the first row, Murderous on the second row, Blinding Sleep, Avalanche, Wraithwalk, Gathering Storm, Obliteration, okay? I'm going to let you know where you can vary these talents. Nowhere. You can't vary any of these talents really, okay? Well, you could play, if you like, you can play Death Pact, but I play Wraithwalk myself, but you can play Death Pact sometimes if you want. That one's one that you can change. I guess you could play Permafrost too, but I don't really see, Permafrost kind of sucks with a two-hander, so it's not really worth it. Which of course you're going to be using two-handed Frost. And then the other row where you could change something up would be, you could play Runic Attenuation, but it's worse, so there's no point. So yeah, I guess if you wanted, you could play Glacial Advance. For Glacial Advance will give you Razor Ice, and then you can play Fallen Crusader at the same time, and you could use this to apply your Razor Ice for you. And then you can have two different Rune Forges, right? Two Rune Forges, but I don't think any of that's worth it, okay? So we're gonna look at this spec right here. This is the spec you're gonna be playing. This is the spec everybody plays. This is the same spec as before. Nothing has changed with that respect, okay? But what has changed a little bit since my last guide is PvP talent usage, okay? So your baseline PvP talents are gonna look just like this right here. Just like this right here is what you're gonna use going into every game, okay? And the one you're gonna change out is gonna be the top one right here. You're gonna change it to whatever you need, okay? These are pretty much gonna be baseline. There's a couple times where you're gonna change Strangulate, but this is pretty much baseline. So I'm just gonna quickly run through these and then tell you like when you're gonna use these, because there's a little bit of a difference from the last time. Notably this one. This one is the one that I said you don't use before, but you actually can use this quite a bit now. So now that DKs are a little different. So let's take a look. So Death Chill, I still don't use Death Chill ever. This one, I still count this one out. You can write this one off pretty much. I haven't found any uses. Delirium, you can change. Sometimes if you're fighting a mage or something, rogue mage or like double caster, and it's a mage, you can trade out Delirium, or you can trade out Chill Streak for Delirium and just sacrifice your Chill Streak for uptime. That kind of thing. You can do that sometimes. Shroud of Winter, I don't use this too often, but you can use it on against like DKs so they can't grip your healer, rogues so they can't shadow step your healer, anything like that, right? Pretty much the same as in the other guide. Dark Sim, you can use this too, but like this doesn't get too much play as Frost, really at all, so still kind of not that different. So the main one is this one. This is what I told you that we didn't play before in the last guide, but I've actually found quite some uses to it, because before the PvP talent rework, this talent was kind of terrible, but now it's actually pretty good, right? So you can use this. I find myself using Dead of Winter in twos if I don't have a Resto Shaman with me, because if I don't have a Resto Shaman with me, I can set up my own blind stun go with this, right? I can blind them, and then I can pop Remorseless, let it sit for 5 ticks, get the stun, boom, do my go. So if you're not playing with something, if you don't have something to stun for your go, you can play Dead of Winter. Or if you're in threes, Dead of Winter is actually really good too. Like if you're fighting against any double melee, like Turbo, anything like that, Dead of Winter can actually be really good against melee in threes as well. You can use it for your go, or you can use it to peel, so it's actually pretty large. Everything else is the exact same as I told you in the other guide, nothing new there, but let's take a look, see. I'll just run through it with you guys anyways. Dome of Ancient Shadows, use this if you're fighting like Fire Mage, Ret Paladin, something like that with big magic burst, where you have to save your teammates. Exact same as before, right? Spell Warden, you can use this if you don't need to save your teammates and you just want some extra spell immunity. Death's Echo, I trade this out for the top talent sometimes when I'm fighting, usually when I'm fighting BM Hunters and 2s, so that I have an extra grip. Or you can use it if you're running down Mistweavers, anything like that. Bitter Chill, you can just use this if you don't know what else to pick for that talent, just for the extra haste reduction. But yeah, so like I said, your baseline talents are going to look like this, okay? It's going to look like this 99% of the time, and you're going to change this top talent. You're going to change the top talent is the only one. So occasionally, like say if I'm fighting Ret Warrior Healer in threes, sometimes I'll play this. So that I have the zone for the Ret Pally Wings, but I don't need Strangulate because it's double DPS and I want to stun their whole team. I can trade that out. But most of the time, this is what it's going to look like, and then you're going to trade this one for whatever. But yeah, that's it for the PvP talents. Nothing much different there. Just the biggest change was the Remorseless Winter that I wanted to tell you guys about, because I didn't use this very often, and now I use it actually quite often, which you can find on my, you can see on my stream how I use it if you want. But let's move on to the next thing here. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to talk about real quick here is stat priority. Nothing has changed with the stat priority for Frost. It's going to be the exact same, so it's just going to look like this, right? You're going to have, it's going to prioritize like this in this order: Verse, Mastery. That's pretty much all you want, okay? Verse, Mastery, Haste, Crit. That's how it's going to go for stat priority. But the more Verse and Mastery you can have, the better. You can stack Verse first, Mastery second, but any stats that look anything like this is going to be perfect for you. Perfect for you. And transitioning from this, we're going to talk about the Legendary too. The Legendary that we're going to use is going to be the exact same as the whole expansion. Nothing's going to change with this one. It's going to be for absolute zero. Your AoE stun. It's just too good. There's no other option. So there's still no other option. You're using this Legendary. You're using it if you like it or not. All right. But yeah, there it is right there. You're gonna put it on whatever piece you want. If you're a PvEer, then you probably want to put it on a piece that somewhere else so you can have a domination socket in that slot. But if you're a PvPer, it doesn't really matter. You can just put it wherever. I have mine on my bracers because I've had it there since like the first season. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, one other thing, you're gonna be playing Rune of Razor Ice. All right, that's it. No other option. Rune of Razor Ice. All right, guys, the next thing here is I'm just going to show you guys how to do your damage rotation, okay? Your normal damage, and then I'm going to show you how to do your burst damage. So the normal damage is simple, okay? Your first global is going to be Remorseless Winter because you're playing Gathering Storm. So each rune spent is going to increase the damage of your Remorseless Winter, right? So it's going to go Remorseless Winter, and then you're going to put your dot on with Howling Blast because you always want to keep your dot on. But you're going to Remorseless Winter first so you get the rune towards your Gathering Storm, right? So it's going to look like this. Remorseless Winter, Howling Blast, and then you're going to obliterate twice to use your last two runes. And then from there, you can either dump runic power, or you can, if you get a proc, you can use your proc. But that's as far as it goes with the damage rotation. So Remorseless Winter on cooldown, keep your Howling Blast up. If you have a proc, prioritize the procs. And then other than that, use obliterate. But if you're runic power capped, then you can either dump your runic power with Death Strike if you need HP, or if you want damage instead of HP, because you're already full HP, then you can use Frost Strike. Or if you're on your Pillar of Frost, you're going to use your Frost Strike, of course, for your obliteration synergy. But that is the normal damage. So let's just take a look at the burst damage. It's going to be pretty simple, really. So the burst damage is just, to burst, you're going to generally want two people on top of each other because you're playing Chill Streak, right? So you're going to want to get the Chill Streak value in your burst. So what the Chill Streak does is it bounces between two targets within 6 yards of each other. So if the targets aren't already close to each other, you're gonna grip the target over, and then once they're right beside each other, you're gonna do this is gonna be your combo, okay? So it's gonna change depending how you're playing. If you're playing Dead of Winter, the combo is going to be blind, and then you're just gonna pop your Remorseless Winter. Here, should I show? I'll show you that one too. I'll show you both. So it's gonna look like this, okay? You're gonna blind both your targets. Boom, they're both blinded. You're gonna pop your Remorseless Winter, and then you're gonna notice the Remorseless Winter, it has stacks. At 5 stacks, it stuns them. As soon as they get stunned, you're gonna pop your Pillar of Frost and Powered Rune Weapon, Chill Streak, and then you're gonna be proccing your obliterations. And then as your other stun falls, you stun out of it with that stun. And then you can silence out of your stun like that. So that's if you're playing Remorseless Winter. I'm just gonna explain it one more time in slow motion, okay? So if you're playing Remorseless Winter, it's gonna be blind. You're gonna blind the targets. You're gonna instantly press your Remorseless Winter. You're gonna watch the stacks ticking up because it takes five ticks until they get stunned, right? So right as they're about to get stunned, you're gonna pop your Pillar of Frost and Powered Rune Weapon and your PvP trinket if you have one. You're gonna pop all your damage. Pop all your damage as soon as that stun hits. You're gonna send your Chill Streak as soon as while you're popping your damage because they're off the global cooldown. So you're gonna pop every Chill Streak as soon as he hits stunned. And then the way obliteration works is that while you're on your Pillar of Frost, every time you Frost Strike or Howling Blast, it's going to make that obliterate be a guaranteed crit. So you're just going to keep rotating between Frost Strike obliterate, Frost Strike Howling Blast, guaranteed crit. Frost Strike Howling Blast, guaranteed oblit, and you're just going to keep doing that while the Chill Streak is bouncing, okay? So as far as Abomination's Limb goes, you can use it before your go to set up the go. Like if you grip them and blind them, they're too far apart, you can A-bomb Limb and then stun them and pull them closer together for your Chill Streak. Or you can pop your A-bomb Limb when you can go Remorseless Winter, A-bomb Limb while they're getting stunned by the Remorseless Winter. But all you want to do really is just make sure Once you pop your Pillar of Frost, you don't want to have to press your A-Bomb limb after you already pressed that, because you want to just be cycling between Howling Blast, Obliterate, Howling Blast, Obliterate, you know what I mean? You want to get as many Obliterates as possible. So you want to either press the A-Bomb limb before your big damage go, or after. Like, I don't mean after, but like to set it up or something, right? You're either going to pop it before or you're going to use it for setup. One of the two. Or you can use it outside a go to like bait a cooldown from them, like a fade or something. Because a lot of the time people see that, they're going to think that it's a go and they're just going to use their cooldowns. So you can use that to bait cooldowns when it's not actually even your actual like Pillar of Frost or anything. And try and get their cooldowns and then kill them with your Grip Blind Stun. But other than that, so if you're not playing Remorseless Winter, it's going to be pretty much the same, right? It's going to be like this, okay? I'll show you it without Pillar of Frost, but... So it's going to be... You can't, if you have Remorseless Winter going for damage, it's fine, you don't have to, but you're gonna go blind, and then you're gonna dragon stun, and then you're gonna Pillar of Frost, Chill Streak, boom. And then right as your stun is gonna fall off, you're gonna shoot your Strangulate on them. So the same with the Remorseless Winter stun, okay? So if you're playing Remorseless Winter stun, it's gonna be either way, it's all the same, right? Blind, stun, damage, Chill Streak, boom. And then all you want to do is just make sure, like, whichever stun you're using, whether it be your Dragon Stun or your Remorseless Winter Stun or one into the other, you want to make sure that you stack the silence off those stuns. So just overlap the silence from the stun, right? So if you Dragon, the last millisecond the Dragon's going to fall off, you want to hit them with the silence. So then you're just pumping your damage, and it's going to look like this, right? It's going to be blind, stun, huge damage, into another stun, into a silence, while all your damage is hitting them and you're hitting them with Obliterates. That's pretty much how you burst with Frost DK. So the last thing here is just going to be Conduits. So these have a lot of variation for what you can use, but as far as potency Conduits, I would recommend these ones, okay? Eradicating Blow, number 1, because Froststrike is getting buffed. By the time you guys watch this guide, Froststrike will have already been buffed, so this is good. This is just flat damage, flat strength all the time, and then Accelerated Cold. These are going to be the best 3 potencies for you for most situations. There's going to be other situations where you can use other ones, like in RBGs and things like that. But I would say these are going to be the best. You could use Everfrost too if you wanted, but I wouldn't use... If you're playing Remorseless Winter Stun, I would not use Everfrost because it makes your Remorseless Winter a 45-second cooldown. So you're not going to have it nearly as often. So I would recommend these 3 potency Conduits, okay? As far as the other defensive Conduits, this is really good. This is really good. And then these are good too. They're all pretty... The other ones are all good. You can use any of the other ones you want. Doesn't matter. But these are the 3 potencies that I would recommend. And as far as soulbinds goes, all 3 of them are good for Frost. So this one is going to be a little bit more tanky. I like this one. I like this one in 2s, but they're all actually pretty good in 2s. So you can pretty much pick whatever one you want, okay? I kind of cycle between them all. So I use this one as a baseline. And then as far as RBGs goes, I use this one, although this is also really good in Arena too. So I have Unholy Conduits in right now, but well, actually I had RBG Conduits in, but anyway, so this is going to be the path that you're going to be picking. If you want to play this one, this is the path, okay? You can throw a potency in here and go this one too if you want. You can swap between the Reinforced Shell to the other one. I like the crit for RBGs, but you can throw a potency in there and go this route, doesn't matter. Or you can, yeah, that's pretty much that for that. And then Emny, you can also use Emny too. I like to use Emny if I'm fighting like double melee, right? Like Ret Warrior, Turbo, anything like that, because then you can run this right here. You can run the same Conduits as I already told you, but then you can run Sulfuric Emission, so it's just like an extra save. If you guys get really low, you can fear their whole team. You could save your entire team. Could save your whole team. Alright boys, thanks for watching today. And if you guys got any other questions, you can ask me in the comments, or you can feel free to catch me live on twitch.tv/partywafflesx. And be looking out, the Unholy DK guide will be posted very soon. I just wanted to get this one done first because I know a lot of you guys are Frost. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It'll probably be here in the next day or two. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.